Hello there. Today I'm going to be talking about how to ruin Game of the Year. I'm referring to Just Cause 3. When it first came to my attention that Just Cause 3 had been announced, I was expecting something good. I wasn't expecting Game of the Year, but I was just expecting something good. The message we've been getting from various sources is mixed. Kind of like the Steam reviews, really, because you have some people marking it as Game of the Year, other people marking it as a disappointment, the same people not mentioning performance issues, and then other people only mentioning performance issues, but saying it's a good game otherwise. And I honestly feel that Just Cause 3 could have been my Game of the Year. It could have been that. Fallout 4 couldn't have been. From the very way that Fallout 4 was designed inherently, I don't think it could have been my Game of the Year. City Skylines, again, a very good game, but it couldn't have been my Game of the Year, because these games have something that I've kind of lost interest in over time. City-type management games, all the way from Roller Coaster Tycoon up until City Skylines, all of that kind of management style of game, I used to love, but I've kind of grown bored of it. And the same with RPGs. I loved RPGs as a kid, you know, even up until playing Fallout 3 a few years ago, I loved RPGs, but shortly after then, I kind of stopped really caring about RPGs. But Just Cause 2 is something that I still enjoy. I played a lot of Just Cause 2 on Xbox 360, enjoyed it immensely. Got it and played it on PC, enjoyed it immensely, and played some of that multiplayer. It was fab, it really was. And Just Cause 3, in my opinion, does have the potential to redeem itself somewhat. But it has some problems that are inherent to Just Cause 3 itself, and the period at which it exists. Between Just Cause 2 and Just Cause 3, I've become far more of a PC gamer. I don't even play handheld games anymore. You know, I don't even play little time waster things on my mobile phone. And so for me, the big issues with games are, do they run well? And Just Cause 3, as anyone who's seen my previous video, I'll try and remember to put an annotation in one of those little eye in the corner things to that video, will see that I've been having problems. At the time of recording this, by the way, a patch hasn't gone out. In case a patch does come out in the future, I'll talk about that in a minute, but it has other problems as well. One of these is in regards to the challenges. Now, challenges kind of existed in Just Cause 2, but they were only races, and all they gave you was money, and you could get money other ways, and you didn't really need it that much. I never really used the drop system, so it wasn't really much of a problem. That's something else I'll get onto. The driving was alright. One of the things is everything felt balanced. If I wanted to just go around and have a drive, I didn't feel there was a problem. If I wanted to glide about, I didn't feel there was a problem. And I would mix them up. And you felt if you wanted to get somewhere quickly, you went in a plane. Driving around on roads, you know, it wasn't the best driving controls in the world, let's be honest. It wasn't very good, but it was alright. And then if you wanted to glide about in the middle of enemies or travel over like mountains or through the city or something for a bit of fun, you used your parachute and grapple hook. And that was all good. Just Cause 3 has undone a lot of the good balance that was in Just Cause 2, I find, personally. For example, when travelling large distances, the wingsuit is very useful, but it's too useful. It's a lot easier to control than a plane, especially for reasons I'll mention in a minute. And cars are just... I mean, maybe I'm misremembering the controls in Just Cause 2, but I don't remember them being that bad. Like tanks and things, slow-moving vehicles, they actually work okay, but anything else is just a nightmare. It really is. It feels like you're not ever in control, which is the total opposite of what you want. You want to feel like you're in control and that your actions matter. That's why people love games like Super Meat Boy, which I still haven't got around to playing. I really do. I've had it on Steam for donkey's years. But driving, you don't feel in control, whereas in the wingsuit, you very much feel in control, and you go a lot faster. And planes are difficult to get hold of, and they're not really that fast, and you don't ever feel compelled to use them. And then there's a fast travel, which is now far more ubiquitous. You control an area, yeah, you can just go anywhere. Doesn't matter. Control that whole area, you can fast travel in that area for no charge. And so, again, there's no reason to use these planes. A lot of the additions that have been made on top of Just Cause 2 have only made other parts of the game useless. And you feel, or I feel, compelled to use them every now and again and realise I don't want to because it's just so much easier. But the easier thing is also more boring because it's not as varied. I'm always using the wingsuit and I'm always using the parachute because those things are just the easiest things. I'm only ever using them, so it's just repetitive.
And I do crash a lot.
But of course, the big thing is, as I mentioned, I'm now a PC gamer, through and through. You know, all the PC Master Race, all that shenanigans. And it is very important to me that a game works well. I can start up TF2, and it just works. It just works. I can start out Fallout 4, and it just works. I know for some people it didn't. For me personally, it did, after I updated my video card drivers. But there was a patch on day one, I believe, that fixed those problems. If you do still have problems, I'm sorry for you. That's really shitty. It shouldn't have been fixed. But for Just Cause 3, well, right now it is 7:26 in the morning GMT on the 11th of December 2015, and no patch has come out, even though the game has been out for about 10 days, I'd say. And according to a message from, doesn't say who this person's position is, someone on behalf of the people who made Just Cause 3, saying that they are working on a fix for the issues people have been having with memory leaks, things like, personally, the choppy frame rate, or not so much choppy as inconsistent, frequently, making the game very not fun to play. It's, ever since making my previous video, it's been more and more difficult to play each time. I've just given up until a patch comes out for now. Other people, texture problems, thankfully I haven't had that. All sorts of other things that they are apparently working on. I mean, it's been 9 days since this message came out, so I don't know. I mean, the people on Steam are not very happy at all. It has a 64% user review rating, which is terrible for a AAA game. I'm sorry, you're going to hear my clicking right now, but let's just take a look at some other games that have come out recently and see what they are like. Fallout 4. Very positive, 81%. You know, that had problems, but they fixed the problems on the most part, and most of the negative reviews came from the changes to the gameplay, which I totally understand. Just Cause 3 has the problems of changes to gameplay in regards to the challenges, which, as I forgot to mention, were a problem because of the level up system, which requires you to do them in a linear order in order to unlock all of the upgrades, which includes some of the more fun things, such as the rocket-powered C4, which requires you to find all of the challenges, and they can be very difficult, and when you've got a choppy frame rate, that really does not help at all. It really, and I say choppy, I mean inconsistent frame rate. It does not help at all with trying to do them and unlock the cool gadgets. Add to the problem of making parts of the game redundant. Driving races are horrible, therefore I can't get the car upgrades, because I don't want to do driving races. That includes boats and planes as well. I don't want to do them because it's not fun to use them. Because of that, I'm not getting the fun upgrades, which would make it fun. You know, things like having boats jump. That might be fun, but I'm not getting it because I don't want to do the boat races. And it's like AAAs are known like AAAs should be getting good reviews. Or here's another game made by one person, Undertale, 98% positive reviews, no one complaining about any kind of technical issue. I wish Just Cause 3 had just worked on release, because I'd just be having fun blowing shit up like I did with Just Cause 2. No, I want to love that game, that's the thing. I love Just Cause 2, and I wanted to love Just Cause 3. I thought, this is going to be a game I'm going to love. I bought the hype for this game, I truly did, and it was a stupid idea. Don't buy the hype. I think that's really the answer. If you want to ruin Game of the Year, buy the hype, because it will always be below your expectations, and at the very most, never be able to beat them. Undertale is a game that not only did I know nothing about, but at first I was actually put off from playing it, which is why I didn't play it at first. I ended up watching a Let's Play, and that was a stupid thing to do, but because of that attitude of, I'm probably not going to like this, I'm probably not going to care about this, it's just another RPG, when I found out what it really was, I adored that game. All the people who helped make that happen, I salute all of you. And to the people involved in Just Cause 3, please get that patch out soon. I want to be able to not care about how broken it is at the moment, and it is. Not just on PC, on consoles too. Thank you for listening or watching if you felt like watching. I'm sure the gameplay was lovely if you did watch. I don't know. Do people like these talks? If you like these talks, put something down in the if you don't like the talks, put something down in the comments. Let me know what you do like, what you don't like. It's been fun. It's been a good way to kill half an hour. Oh, blimey, it's been almost half an hour. Ugh. I don't know. Is there anything you want to hear me talk about? I really don't care what it is. Anyone who puts a comment in this video asking me to talk about something, I will talk about it. Unless I surprisingly get 1 million comments overnight, in which case, no. I mean, I'm probably going to get like a comment, and it's going to be from one of my friends saying Blazeweed M9 or something. You know who you are. Great, I just spat my pop shield. Anyway, thank you again, and thank you Toby, and thank you future people who eventually get a patch out for Just Cause 3 and make it not a bad game and make it an okay kind of fun game, but nothing really too exciting. Thank you all, and goodbye.